Right, so here's a no bullshit guide and free training, so to speak, about the 7 steps that I took to go from 0 to 5k per month with my marketing agency in less than 4 months. This was probably around February to May time, where I took my agency from 0 to 3k up until about April, and then after I quit, I pushed it up to 5k per month. No gatekeeping, all the resources that you could ever ask for in terms of the stuff that you want to be using to build out an offer, etc., etc. I even give you my funnel that I used for paid ads to acquire customers within this document. If you want to go and access this document, it's completely for free. First link in the description, and let's just jump straight into it. The first thing you want to be looking at is your niche, okay? First, start off by choosing an industry, and you want to choose something that you have an interest in and have some knowledge in. Within that chosen industry, or one that you're actually familiar with, identify a specific niche. The more narrow your focus is, the more specialized like the person or type of clientele you're going to be attracting, the better. I promise you, you might feel like it's not because it's only a small little piece of a big market, but it genuinely is because it helps, and it helps massively, and I'll tell you exactly why in a second. For example, these can be healthcare. You could choose telemedicine software for private practices. That's a pretty untapped market and niche right now. In real estate, it could be marketing services for luxury properties, not just your 2-bed, 3-bed, semi-detached properties that are for sale, but more so just bigger tickets and a smaller part of a market where you can actually position yourself as an expert. And it's exactly why it's important, because if you choose a specific area and you only narrow down a specific type of clientele that you work with, for example, roofers making over 100k per month is going to be completely different than people making less than 100k per month, right? There's going to be different little things that you do that help these businesses more, and they understand these things, and it's going to be easier to sell to those people. So it's very, very important for you to be able to niche down, and then you can position yourself as an expert in a specific area. And you think it's going to be much harder to get clients. I promise you it's not, because you can offer tailored solutions, and you're going to stand out from majority of generic service providers, okay? And if you want to read about choosing a marketing niche and the questions that you should be asking yourself, for example, total addressable market, the average order value of your potential clients, a bunch of different shit, you can go and read this through my newsletter, completely free of charge, k23.info. Bob's your uncle, okay? The second thing is your pain and problems of that specific niche, right? You need to research the challenges your niche and the businesses within that niche face, okay? Don't make shit up. Don't say that all the businesses are after leads, because a lot of the businesses aren't after leads. They've got plenty of work. They're already relying on word of mouth, and they can grow from different channels rather than just Facebook ads, as an example, okay? They might need different solutions because they have different problems, and you need to understand these problems. And if you can choose and you can find a problem within specific businesses and within a niche, and nobody else is covering that on YouTube or anywhere else, you're going to fucking succeed as long as your solution and your package is done well, okay? So the second thing, again, pain and problems. Find out, speak to the business owners, call them, say that you're doing a school project, ring them, ask them questions, go on LinkedIn, go on Reddit, speak to people online, find out different case studies or reviews from people already doing something within the industry. Just find out as much research as possible. You don't need to jump in and start making a logo and a website and starting an agency account on Instagram, etc. Okay? You need to understand first who you're going to be targeting with the niche selection and what their problems are. And why this is important, it's very fucking important, because if you can then identify a specific pain point, this allows you to create a solution that directly addresses it, okay? And if you can address the direct pain that somebody's facing, businesses will pay you a fuck ton of money to solve that for them, right? Which then leads us over to the next stage, which should be, to be honest, I don't know why I've not put this first, but in all honesty, these two are very important, but this is honestly importanter, okay? That's not a word, I'm taking the piss, but assess your skills. Don't jump into making an agency and start thinking, okay, I'm going to get clients and then I'll worry about service delivery. No, stop it. You're doing it completely wrong, which is exactly why you keep failing, because you don't fucking understand that you need to understand at least the fundamentals of service delivery. If you don't know how to run Facebook ads and don't know how to run lead generation ads, go and check out my blueprint. I've literally just released this because there are hundreds of people messaging me asking how to run lead generation ads and what to do when an ad is failing and what to do when the conversion rate is low on your landing page, etc., etc. I promise you, if you learn service delivery, whatever it is, if it's SEO, if it's Facebook ads, if it's search ads, Google, etc., right, web design, whatever it is, if you learn the service delivery part of things, it's going to make it so much easier to sign clients. So you need to assess your skills, right? Have you actually got the skills? If you do not, you need to learn. And like I said, you can buy courses online from your favorite YouTuber, or you can go to big companies that sell courses for a living, right? For example, Udemy, Coursera, or LinkedIn Learning. That's something that I personally used whilst I was at university because I got it for free. And I learned a bunch of shit on there, to be honest. But yeah, it's definitely worth having a look at these three. These are the big three names in terms of courses, and they have a bunch of people that create courses on these platforms and obviously make money from that. But I think bigger companies you can trust a little bit more than your shady little guru YouTuber. For example, me, when I've got 300 subscribers, right? Anyway, in all seriousness, though, if you do want to learn Facebook lead generation, I do have a blueprint. I'm completely honest about it. I'm not telling you to go purchase it. This video isn't gated in terms of, oh, well, you could be doing this, but you need to go and buy something. Quite frankly, it's there if you want to buy it. If not, go and find somebody that you can buy something from that you can learn. Or if you have a fuck ton of time, just spend time on YouTube, spend time on Reddit, spend time on Google and actually learn shit. Get a fucking notepad and just write things down. Write things down when you're learning them. Go and open Facebook Ads Manager and create a lead generation campaign or a sales campaign, and then just play about with shit. Add creatives, add new ad sets, just do a bunch of different stuff and then figure out what you're struggling with. And then when you're struggling with it, go to YouTube or go to Facebook or go to your TikTok or whatever fucking place you want to learn from and search on how to do or how to overcome that sort of thing that you can't figure out. Okay, so yeah, like you can practice through side projects and stuff, but to be honest, my favorite thing is YouTube. And like there's a bunch of different good creators that don't really create content to sell you shit, they're just creating content to teach you. So it's definitely valuable finding people like that. For example, myself, again, it is what it is, right? But without the necessary skills, it's hard to create a compelling offer as well as close those clients. Okay, you're not even able to really speak about these things in depth with a potential prospect. Okay, so you really need to understand these, at least the fundamentals, before obviously you go off and do them, and then you'll learn whilst you're doing them, because there are certain aspects of service delivery that you can only really learn whilst you're service delivering and actually doing the thing. Okay, I completely understand that. You can't just go and learn all the theory and then expect yourself to be fucking sick at it. But you need to have a little piece of theory within your head before you start reaching out to people trying to sell something. I know it's difficult to comprehend because Iman Gadzhi just told you to go and use contractor arbitrage or whatever the fuck he was calling it. I promise you, if you can learn a little bit of service delivery, you're going to be very, very well off. Even if you don't make it in the agency space, you're still going to have a skill that you can take moving forward with you, whether that's a full-time job, whether that's freelancing, or hopefully with an actual agency, and then you can genuinely make it work. So once you understand the problems and you've obviously designed a service or product that actually solves those problems effectively, think of the pain. How much effort are they going to have to put into this to make it a success? You can remove the pain and then increase the perceived likelihood of achievement from your side. That's how things work. You need to give the client confidence that the thing that you're trying to sell to them is going to work, and it is going to increase the sales. It is going to decrease the churn rate on the clients, or whatever you're fucking doing, whatever you're specializing in. You need to give people the confidence when you start speaking about things, which is why point number 3, I need to hammer home. You need to learn the fucking skill. Okay? Bunch of different stuff there that you can go and read yourself if you really want. But essentially what you want to do is build out a no-brainer offer. An easy yes. It needs to be like, shit, okay, where have you been all my life? That's exactly what I need. That's what the prospect needs to say to you on a call. Okay? Or at least they need to feel that way when you start talking about your offer and what you can do for their business. So all you have to do is literally just sell the holiday. Okay? Think of lying on the beach, sipping a cocktail, swimming pool with dolphins, and not the implementation. I now mix things up here a little bit, because I'm saying learn the service delivery so you can talk about it. I get it, but you don't actually sell the service delivery, okay? You don't sell the implementation of this, right? You don't sell the plane journey there or the coach transfer from the airport to the hotel, but you sell the holiday as a package, okay? So these can be things like a measurable increase in sales, a reduction in operational costs. It can be stuff like improved brand visibility or customer experience. It can be X amount of leads, etc., etc., etc. Why is it important? Well, a solution that effectively resolves the pain will make your offer more compelling. Okay, and it's easier to sell. That's how it is. If you can genuinely communicate clearly a solution that you're trying to sell to somebody, they're going to fucking spend their money. If they can see it, that it's going to work, then they will spend their money. You're not going to have objections left, right, and centre if you've made it valuable enough for them to think, okay, I've come to the conclusion now myself that actually what you're trying to sell me is going to work. That's how you want the prospects to think, okay? Then moving on to the outreach. You can read up on what I did, but to be honest with you, all I did was speak to people, and then I did paid ads. And you can actually go and look at this framework completely if you want to have a look at generating good quality leads with paid ads. But there's really 4 things that you can do. You got your cold outreach, you got your warm outreach, you got your paid outreach or paid acquisition, and then of course you've got the content. In my honest opinion, if I was restarting now today, what I've told somebody this morning on a call to do is start creating some content around your niche and specific things that your agency is offering, and then DM people, voice note people your offer. If your offer is good enough, especially at the start, it should be no money up front. It should be pay me whilst I deliver some results, or when I deliver some results. If you voice note that to a business owner, it's going to cut through most of the noise, because all of them are just literally receiving this, okay? I'm going to open up my Instagram right now and I'll show you exactly what I'm receiving. There's my requests. I've got a bunch of fucking requests. Right, there you go. A bunch of requests. The first one that I read, would it be cool if I send you a quick 3-minute Loom video? No. The next thing is, hey Conrad, I'd love to revamp the first 1 minute of your latest YouTube video. No. Would it be cool if I send you a quick 3-minute Loom video? Same guy, probably got it off a fucking YouTube video. Hey Conrad, so you're doing long form videos that have no editing. Let me know if you're looking for an editor. No. Do you know what I mean? Everybody is sending me fucking the same shit, and you will be sending the same shit again, and you're gonna fall into that trap, because everybody falls into that trap, because you think, okay, my prospect is going to like this. No, they're not, because I'm somebody that has 300 subs on YouTube, and I'm receiving a fuck ton of these from thumbnail editors, from YouTube video editors, etc., etc. It's the same shit from every single person. Offer some fucking value. And actually, I do have a video on this, but I also have a very valuable email newsletter about this, of the things that you need to be doing. For example, leading with value, personalizing your approach. If you voice note somebody, it's not going to be you pre-recorded, is it? It's not going to be a pre-recorded Loom video that you send to every single prospect. It's going to be a genuine, personalized voice note. Like, if somebody voice notes me after this video, you're probably going to be able to work with me. Anyway, 6 is volume. Consistency is key. It's the most important thing. It's why I kept failing starting my agencies. It's why I failed doing my drop shipping stores. It's why I failed with my clothing company or doing graphic design logos that I used to do way back in the day, because I never stuck to it. I was never consistent enough, okay? You need to be consistent enough over a very, very, very long time frame. Everybody now wants something instant. It doesn't happen. You're not going to send 10 DMs and out of those 10 people, you're going to book 3 calls, okay? Nobody does that at the start. You need to fucking do shit. You need to put the reps in, and you need to learn from that, okay? Volume counts twice. Volume counts twice. Let me fucking repeat that. Input volume, so you actually doing the reps and sending out the voice notes or DMs, whatever it is, content pieces or ads, etc., etc., etc. And then you're also gathering the skills, and you're getting better, and you're reassessing stuff, and then you're constantly evolving. And for example, if I was to look back at my emails early on when I started to now, they're completely different because I've learned from what I was sending and from what was working, from what wasn't working. You just keep testing, okay? There's no magic fucking script that's going to work and bring you things. These people that make YouTube videos about this shit, it's because it gets them money. One way or another, either they're monetizing the YouTube videos or they've got you in a funnel somewhere along the line, just trying to make money off you, okay? Pretty simple. Again, consistency and persistence is the last thing that I cover. You can literally read this newsletter. What it takes to win in SMMA, okay? A bunch of shit, a bunch of value. For example, outreach being the exact same as other agencies, which is exactly what I've just covered. Understanding your market incredibly well. Creating an offer that is complete opposite of whatever the rest of the agencies are doing. Go and read this shit because this is valuable, I promise you. I'm not just trying to get you into my newsletter. You can unsubscribe. You can access all this completely for free. You don't even need to give me your email. Here's the last 5 things I'll leave you with, okay? Show up every day. You cannot miss a day. It's about building the momentum, and you build momentum every single day by turning up every fucking day. No matter how you're feeling, whether you're ill, whether you're not ill. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you a story, actually. I fucked my back up big style 3 or 4 months ago. You know how I worked? I was led down in my bedroom with my feet up, my laptop on my chest, and I worked for about 8 fucking hours. That is dedication. That is showing up every day because I knew I had to do it. I was taking client calls and I was onboarding a fucking client whilst I genuinely could not move because I was in so much pain. And you're telling me that when you come from school or come from work, you can't pre-write some emails and then schedule them for the next day. You have to stay the course. That's another thing. Even when the results aren't showing up immediately, you need to stay focused on your goals. You have to improve gradually, which obviously consistency, once again, and persistence both go hand in hand for this. You need to reflect on things. You need to learn from your mistakes. You need to try and learn from YouTube videos like this one. If you're watching this and we're 20 minutes in, you are going to get far because you can sit through a fucking YouTube video. Your brain hasn't rotted just yet. Resilience in the face of rejection. The amount of times I have been told to fuck off and leave me alone, whether that's on a cold call when I used to suck at cold calling, on an email, I've been laughed at on my paid ads, whatever it is, okay? It's just rejection. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You move on. These people don't remember you next day, next hour, next 15 minutes. They forget. It doesn't matter. You're holding on to that feeling for no reason, okay? You just need to stay composed when you're facing rejection. You need the resilience. You need to continue doing it every single day. Long-term focus is one thing that has helped me massively. And using the war map, which I've covered in a bunch of different videos previously, so go and check them out, is a fantastic tool, okay? I fully stole that from Charlie Morgan, and I say that actually on the YouTube videos that I posted. But using the war map and planning your whole year, the things that you want to achieve, and then breaking it down into weeks or into quarters, then into weeks, then into days, bro, like you can see everything that you've done the past year. And then if you look at that and you haven't done shit the past year, then you know why, because you've not been able to even fill out a bunch of fucking Excel sheets. Create systems for consistency. Daily routine is key. Right now, I'm fucked my daily routine making this video, but it is what it is. I wanted to make this because I want to send this to the person that I had promised that I'm going to send it to. And I thought that you guys are going to also see value in this and maybe gain something that I mentioned in this video. Finally, you land a client. Again, this is obviously theory. And in theory, you're going to do all these steps and you're going to land a client, close deals, you refine and scale, and then repeat the process. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that you were able to sit through a 20-minute video and your brain hasn't been rotted by TikTok or short form content. I appreciate you watching this, and I hope this genuinely helped. If it did, please leave me a comment and let me know, or shoot me a DM if you don't want to comment and push the algorithm out, whatever. There's no real agenda behind me asking for a comment, but genuinely asking for some feedback, because I make these videos and a lot of the times I don't even get a comment. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.